Hospital bosses on Weir's side are waging war on superbugs after the deaths of almost 30 patients who'd contracted C. difficile. Now, during the year to last October, 27 deaths were recorded at Sunderland Royal Hospital, where C. diff was an important contributory factor. Now, consultants have been using a special infection control ward to help fight the superbug. Leslie Boobis is the medical director at Sunderland Royal Hospital and joins me this morning. Morning, Leslie.
Good morning, Mike.
So what's this thing you've brought in with you?
Well, this is called an air disinfection device, and we're piloting it to see if it can reduce the load of airborne bacteria and spores on our infection control ward. And what it does is it uses an aromatic plant extract to generate what are called free radicals. These are a very reactive chemical, and they get into the atmosphere, these free radicals, just close to the device, and destroy the bacteria, which then produces more free radicals, and then it destroys the next bacteria, and it cascades out and kills the bacteria in the air.
Well, this is a cylindrical device which stands about 18 inches high. And how much do these cost?
I actually couldn't tell you the total cost. We're piloting with a company who are supplying them for us. We have a fixed cost for the pilot, which we've agreed with the company. But the actual cost of the device, I'm not actually sure. I wouldn't like to say. Right.
But if you were to switch this on now, it would start washing the air in the studio, effectively.
Yes, it would. But it hasn't got its little cartridge in it at the moment, which we need to put in to commission it. And it needs to be plugged in. And
this would get rid of all the superbugs that might be in the studio?
It would get rid of every bug that's in the atmosphere within about 25-30 minutes.
You're sure this works?
We're pretty certain it works.
You're pretty certain?
Yes, well, there's a lot of work done by the company in several universities, particularly Leeds, where they've demonstrated that it is effective at killing airborne bacteria.
And what about this car wash style bed cleaner that's also in the news today?
Well, one of the problems we have is that with lots of equipment for patient transport and beds included, they're quite intricate and they're very difficult to clean manually. If you ever look at a bed, a particularly modern bed with lots of levers and cams and quite a complex frame, using hand cleaning is difficult and difficult to see how you can get into all the crevices. So we decided that one of the ways to clean it is to use an automated bed equipment washer, which we've just installed. We're about to start now putting beds in where there's been somebody with an infection in that bed to deep clean the bed. And
effectively, it's like pushing a car through a car wash.
Yeah, it works either like a giant dishwasher or, because of the size of a bed, more like a car wash.
Now, talking of superbugs, there are claims that around a third of people with MRSA could be treated at home with antibiotics instead of staying in hospital. Neil Manser agrees. His dad died after contracting MRSA.
If it's appropriate, then patients should go home as quickly as they possibly can. In hospital, you're coming in contact with lots of bugs that you don't normally come in contact with. At home, you're in contact with the bugs that you're always used to, so you're safer at home. So if you can go home, go home.
Do you agree?
Yeah, there are. I mean, I think we have to take that with some caution. It depends how ill the patient is and the severity of the infection. But there are some very good drugs now that can be given orally, and there's no reason why somebody who you're happy that they're not going to come to harm can't complete the treatment at home. But it should be done with consultation with microbiologists and with the clinicians looking after the patient.
We've been going on about this for an awful long time now, beating the superbugs. Do you honestly think we're making progress?
I think we are making progress, but slower than perhaps we would like to do so. I think the government targets were very ambitious, and I think many organisations have struggled to meet them. That doesn't mean to say we're complacent, and I think, like most trusts, or all trusts I would say, we are taking this very seriously, and we're doing a lot to try and eradicate all avoidable cases that we possibly can.
Leslie, thank you for bringing in your little gizmo here. We'll look out for that then. Leslie Boobis is the medical director